Greetings, this is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do the bonus for
the perspective of Scorpio.
Yes, for June of 2020. So this is the last reading for the bonuses. She just so happens to be a Scorpio as well. So this is really, really interesting. The way we're gonna do it, for the Scorpios that are dealing with someone, we are going to do the perspective of the Scorpio from the Scorpio herself, and then we are going to do what the other person is thinking or feeling. That'll be me, and yeah, that's basically it. Now, as you all know, might apply on the inverse to the cross-watcher, but this isn't the cross-watcher's video, which is why she's going to read from the perspective of the Scorpio, so it's up to you to decide how the story falls. Yes, so you want to introduce your deck, introduce yourself.
Hello everybody, I am Latricio Antoinette. I am going to be reading today with the Robin Wood Tarot. I've had this tarot since, for 18 years. So, here we go. I'm going to shuffle. I am a November Scorpio.
November Scorpios are the best anyways. Oh, well, sorry, for any of you October Scorpios, I love you. It's just, it's my best friend.
It's true. All right, here we go. All right. Holy Spirit, please show me the truth card. Truth light, clarity, the Scorpio.
I love you, October Scorpios. I just have to say that one more time.
One more time. Okay. It's my first time being recorded, everybody. Okay, the perspective of the Scorpio. I'm gonna start with 5 cards. First card, I have the 3 of Wands, which is the situation. The next card is the recent past, illustrated by the 8 of Pentacles here. Third card I pulled, the Tower. Catastrophic change, necessary change. Fourth card, the environment. Right there. I'll explain these in a minute. Just kind of showing y'all as we go. And then the outcome card is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so we'll start from there. Again, this is my first time being recorded. Thanks for bearing with me. For the situation of the perspective of Scorpio, we have the 3 of Wands, as I aforementioned. This card represents looking ahead for more, kind of looking ahead at the seeds you've planted, seeing if they will come into fruition, if plans worked out, business ventures going forward, or partnerships moving forward for the better. Just basically seeing if the things that you've worked for and put in are coming into fruition. You're looking out for that. Not to make it sound like the 7 of Pentacles or anything like that, but maybe it is kind of in a way.
Interesting, because totally, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
I feel like the 7 of Pentacles is more apprehensive, like, I don't know. With the 3 of Wands is like, all right, I'm looking for something.
Yeah, it's more, it seems more deliberate. All right, in the recent past we see such seeds that we speak of, again here in the 8 of Pentacles. This card represents discipline, willpower, putting your nose to the grindstone, kind of starting at a novice level, but doing it over and over again until you get it right. Trying to perfect it, if you will. So that's the recent past so far, the perspective of Scorpio. So here in the present, we have the Tower. A lot of people get all ooh when they see the Tower card and a couple other ones, and it can be intimidating. But it also depends on your surrounding cards to tell you the intensity, where the intensity of the card is coming from. So the Tower card basically means is there's this big, huge foundation. Excuse me, this huge tower, and it's built on this tiny foundation, like a slapdash kind of foundation. The foundation is being destroyed and knocked over and weathered by these waves. Waves, water, and my deck represent emotions, intuition, and creativity. And when the waters are tumultuous, like here in the picture, it speaks of an upset. So basically, these things that were built on this foundation are coming to a fall because it was built on a false foundation in the first place, and it just kind of has to go. Getting back to the point, to the perspective of Scorpio, there's a sudden change happening. I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that right now. There's an upset. Things that we thought are actually, coming to light to be something else. And that's okay. Just hold on for the ride. Pay attention. Don't miss the lesson. In the environment, we got the watching and waiting. Rightfully so. The 9 of Wands. He's been through battle. He's been through it all, but he still has perseverance to see if he wants to keep going forward or not with this battle. The kind of what we saw in the last card here, the Tower. He's catching his breath. He's analyzing what it's going to take to move ahead. Again, trying to decide if he wants to move ahead. But either way, he does have the perseverance to do so. And lastly, so far, for the outcome or for the foreseeable future, we got the Ace of Wands. Excuse me, the Ace of Swords. I'm so sorry. First time on camera. Ace of Wands has the only other upright sword in my deck. The only other upright sword in my deck is in the Justice card. Yes, the Justice card where she's holding the sword and the scales. When we have an upright sword, it speaks of truth. It speaks of clarity. It speaks of things coming to the light. Here in the sword, in this picture, we have light beaming from behind it, like for enlightenment. Light illustrates enlightenment in my tarot. In the background, there's clouds. They're white clouds. Clouds illustrate thoughts and mentality. But when they're white clouds, it's like
clear focus.
Like clear focus, and they're dissipating. So clouds still mean there's still a mystery, there's still a veil there, but it's dissipating. I guess we'll wait for another time for me to describe what dark clouds mean in my tarot. But basically, anything that was put in the dark that's going on right now, it will come to the light. The truth will come to the surface. Your truth will be revealed. You'll remember your purpose, because maybe a lot of us are kind of losing our way. We're losing our ritual because, our schedules may be knocked off with everything's going on, but we'll find our way. Here it is again. You have it here. So, and that is the collective reading I have for this perspective of Scorpio.
And I'm thinking after I read for the other person, we'll do like a 1-card pull for just a summation of everything,
Okay. Yes, and to revisit while we shuffle here about October Scorpios versus November Scorpios. I know quite a few October Scorpios, of course. I just find them to be a little more, I could be wrong, but the ones that I've met seem to be more reserved than the November Scorpios. We seem to be, they seem to hide their intensity a little bit more than we do, it seems. And when I say that, I mean, they're slower to confrontation. And I don't mean to say that we're confrontational, but we will call out an injustice if we see one, kind of confrontation.
Yeah, she calls it injustice. If you fucking met the November Scorpios I've dated, which has been every single one of them, they were the injustice. I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, if any of you Scorpio men are watching, You're still wonderful.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the Scorpio menses.
Oh, this is not the video to brag on Scorpio. Let's not do it.
Okay. Brag.
I bet you all the Scorpios out there like now, they hate because we're sexy. And it's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, we know it. We know it a little too well. So
yes, Scorpios are very beautiful.
Very sexy.
Yeah, I want to say it takes special people to like understand us. We do take a great deal of patience.
Not more than us Tauruses. If any of you cross watchers that are Tauruses are watching.
Oh, Venus.
What's up? Yeah, for the Libra rising. So let's see what's going on for the other person for Scorpio. Okay. The Jinn.
Oh.
Akin to the devil.
This is a new deck to me. Let's make it.
10 of Wands in reverse. Leo energy with the Strength card. The Queen of Swords. Libra energy. Got Capricorn energy on the board. We've got the 5 of Cups. All right. So it looks as if whatever tower moment is happening with the Scorpio, whoever they're dealing with, they're not going to be so eager to let this go. And it's kind of a toxic thing that I feel, in a sense that they had, that, you know, like whoever Scorpio is dealing with feels like they have something to say. Feels like they won't be shut out, no matter if they've done wrong, done right, like they won't be shut out, and you're gonna fucking stick around. If you think you're gonna leave, if you think that anything's gonna change, you're gonna have to deal with them convincing you of otherwise before you can make any decisions. So this is someone who feels, between the Queen of Swords and the Jinn, that they have a certain control or manipulation over a situation, and they know exactly what to say, and they're sure of it. They're very sure of it. So there's been a history of tried and true, I know what to do to get you to sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, deal with my shit.
And they wonder why we so mean.
With the stinker. But no, that's what I'm thinking. Because, and especially with this 5 of Cups here, they're like, oh, this is basically a reflective of a situation that, they're avoiding. So you think I'm going to be sad over this? You think this is ending? You think misery is the outcome? So you might have been on this rodeo wheel for a while with whoever you're dealing with. I feel as though, as far as like them, they have this egoism to them already, but as far as anything changing in the situation, it looks like, if anything, that's just a facade that'll be put on. With the 10 of Wands and the Strength card, is like, I think for them to keep a foot up in the race, they have to make you feel like they put all of that extra baggage down. So therein comes lies, therein comes deceit, therein comes just all forms of dishonesty, whether they mean the ill intent or not. They don't want to lose their Scorpio.
We are irreplaceable.
So,
I'm teasing.
And then I'm gonna get a central card here.
Interesting. So tricky how they bounce off each other.
So for this situation, we have Imoja, the goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. We have Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Scorpio, they strongly feel that they can manifest you back and create new conditions. Will they be changed as this is happening? No, but what the hope is, if they can keep you around, that it gives them more time to change, because honestly, you seem to be the reason that they would consider changing at all, even though they might not have after so long because of just who they are. If there's anybody who could change it, it's you. So they're gonna try to promise that they've changed. Have they actually changed? No, but they know that if they were to, it would only be with you in their life. I don't know how much time you got, Scorpio, but that is firmly up to you. Did you want to pull an outcome card for Scorpio?
Oh, okay. Just what?
Yeah. What's? You might see my big red butt in these pants. Hold on.
Okay.
Not you, the camera.
Oh, okay.
Which one? Let's do. Oh yeah. Okay. They probably want to see my booty. I'm just kidding, y'all. I love you. There you go.
Oh.
It's Goddess Guidance.
Okay.
So I think that's a great affirmation deck.
All right. Shuffle.
Yes. But not the. Yes.
Not the bending.
Yes.
I have good tarot card etiquette. I never bend another's cards, just mine.
Ericura.
Called Ericura.
Blossoming.
You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Oh. Oh.
So
nice.
is Scorpio just now starting to create change that might finally see something come from it? Clearly it's what you're looking for.
Yep.
I mean, but see, the way this reading has made me feel like Scorpio is feeling like, I'm done. Like, I have no more for this. And it seems like the universe is like, well, that's your choice. If you want to be done, but shit, if you want to wait 30 more years, then, you can have it. No, that's just me being silly. But it's the Taurus in me, y'all. We opposites, but I love y'all. But no, it's like, if you have a little bit longer to wait, then I guess stick it out. I feel like this reading for the collective, my beloved bestie here has personally resonated with. And that's why we're talking to each other in such a way as we're digging through this reading, because I'm not the biggest fan of a particular person. And I've tried to give her sound Queen of Swords advice before, and I know she loves him. And I won't say too much, but he's a water sign, just like y'all. He's interesting. However, the cards are saying that, like all the time might not have gone in vain. Maybe this tower moment is what's going to shift shit and make it work.
Only time will clear it up for us.
And like she said, the tower doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Nah, it doesn't have to be a bad thing at all. It's upsetting. It's an upset. It's change for sure. It's change that's kind of outside of your control. But again, it does not have to be bad. It can be the universe throwing you a solid. It could be the universe throwing you a wake-up call. But it's usually, I've always seen it eventually, even out as, just for one's personal betterment. So.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you have not subscribed to the tribe, click the subscription button for HK readings. Information for personal readings will be in the description box below. And why don't you plug your Instagram so people can connect with you?
Oh. Well, I have I have two Instagrams. I have an artsy Instagram that caters more to my art and my tarot. Peach Widow 19. I believe it's peach.widow.19.
I was going to say there's some dots in there, y'all. Say it one more time for them.
Peach.widow.19. And yeah, you'll see me. Dreadlocks flying. And the other one is House of Calypso Studio. I kind of want to look that one up, but yes, House of Calypso Studio 19. Yes, I believe that's right. If it's wrong, I'll fix it in the comments.
Peach.widow.19 is for sure though. Okay.
Yes.
So connect with her there. This was the last bonus for June, so we are going to actually start July readings. I'm just gonna have it for the next video while we talk about what sign we're gonna do to start. I generally, as many of you know, like to start with Taurus, Gemini, and Libra. It just so happens that those are my sun, moon, and rising planets. I did not intend for that. It'll probably be one of those three signs unless she has other plans. But yeah, much love.